G'day, Internet. Alright, today we're going to be having a look at Pacman for the Atari 2600. Pacman was the most popular game for the 2600. Well, I suppose it was Space Invaders. But either way, this made Atari a hell of a lot of money, but it was widely panned as one of the worst Pac-Man ports ever made. And today we're going to look into it right now.
Atari Pac-Man into your Atari video computer system and you're playing the hottest game since Space Invaders, Atari Pac-Man.
Hate to eat and run!
Pac-Man by Atari.
And we're back. Alright, so let's talk about Pac-Man. All the young people probably don't, well, let's face it, even I'm too young to remember Pac-Man Fever, which, there was a Pac-Man song. Pac-Man, made millions of dollars in the arcades. When Atari licensed Pac-Man off Namco of Japan, they wanted to get it done real quick. So they had about maybe 6 months because they were worried about other people making clones. People had already started making clones, and Atari was taking them to court. They sort of won and didn't win at the same time. They won an injunction to stop, I can't remember who it was, I think it was in television, so Philips, selling their Pac-Man clone, or Munchman, or whatever they called it. But they lost in the fact that they couldn't claim any munching game an infringement of their copyright with Namco. And, the programmer of Pac-Man, Todd Fry, well, he was a bloke who had a few issues at the time. At the time when he was asked to, well, he wasn't asked to make the game. In those days in Atari, there was a bulletin board up in the programs area, and you picked what you were going to work on. Now, Todd, at the time, was apparently on probation for being a naughty boy. By all accounts, he was a brilliant programmer, but he had no love of Pac-Man. He'd never played it in the arcades. He'd never worked on the Atari 2600 before. So there was a lot of things counting against him. Luckily for Todd, that was the time when he took the game on, Atari wasn't paying their programmers particularly well. But towards the end of it, they saw how many engineers and programmers they were losing to other companies like Activision. So they decided to go, okay, we will pay you a percentage of the sales. And Pac-Man was predicted to be one of the biggest ones, and it made Todd a multi-millionaire overnight. So, good on you, Todd. But you probably made the worst Pac-Man port going, really. Let's start at the beginning. Okay, so this is Arcade Pac-Man. Let's put in a couple of credits. So this is via emulation, so there might be a little bit of slowdown here and there. Premise of the game: eat all the dots. The big dots are called power pellets, and they let you eat the ghosts. Escape hatches at the side, black background. You've got the cherry for bonus. And yeah, pretty straightforward. Obviously, I'm not very good at Pac-Man, but I'll give it a go. All the ghosts have an individual personality which reacts to whatever the player is doing. That was one of the big selling points, is that it was, at the time, a very dynamic game. So, yeah. Oh, and yeah, I brought it, but you know, good stuff. All right, so let's have a look at the old Pacman for the Atari 2600. Okay, let's turn it on. And all right, so that's the screen. Let's hit go. Now you'll notice that Pacman only moves side to side, doesn't move up and down. The maze is different. The exit points are the exit points are top and bottom, or escape hatches, whatever they like to call them. The ghosts are all the same colour. And well, I suck at this one even more. So, yeah. And, you know, background's blue. Oh, Jesus. Alright, and a lot of the reason the background's blue because, well, Todd says that it's because he was on, yeah, so Todd says because he was on probation at the time, and Atari had a thing that only space games could have black backgrounds. That's why he made the background blue. And admittedly, in interviews, he's said some, you know, well, honestly, pretty shitty things about, you know, the big fans of Pacman who went, hey, why aren't the escape hatches on the sides like in the arcade? And he said, well, there's escape hatches, you know, you deal with it. You know, which to be frank, isn't exactly the greatest attitude to have. Yeah, that was Pacman. Not the greatest, but Atari made $7 million off selling Pacman, so they did all right. Luckily, I have the copy of Miss Pacman, which apparently resolves a lot of the issues. So let's have a look at that. So obviously you can see that we've got the exits on the side. Ghosts still don't really have different colours, but well, there are some different colours. So I got this one too. But yeah, well, honestly, quite a large improvement over the original. So this is Pacman 4K, pretty much written in response to a lot of the things Todd Fry said about his version of Pacman not being crap. This was written by Dennis Dobro as part of the Atari homebrew community, and he's essentially gone and tried to make Pacman as close to the arcade Pacman as possible within the same limitations that Todd Fry had. So it's written in 4K, written to be fit within a 4K ROM. And, well, as you can see, it mirrors the maze, exactly the same as the arcade. The ghosts have colours. and the escape hatches are on the side, and the ghosts all behave individually. Oh, so yeah, a huge improvement. Good work, Dennis. Unfortunately, I still suck at Pacman. Okay, so that's Pacman for the Atari 2600. You know, make up your own mind if you think Todd Fry's on the level or if he's just trying to save his reputation. So what's left for us today is, well, the sticker on the cartridge is a little bit bung, so I'd like to fix that, and I'd like a nice case to put it in. So what I've done is I've ordered these universal game cases from China. Now, they don't actually hold a Atari 2600 cartridge very well, but, well, they're not designed for it, but they do fit sideways reasonably neatly. So all we need is to replace the sticker and do a nice cover. So here are some I prepared earlier. So I've printed this out on printable vinyl and used a vinyl cutter to cut the sticker shape. So in theory that should go on. And then I've printed a cover off the cover project and cut it the size of a guillotine. Now I've used matte photo paper, which apparently looks really good when it's in the case, which is what I've done with all my other cases. So what I'll do is I'll show you one I've prepared earlier. So here's the one for Miss Pacman. Came up quite well. Didn't need to redo the label on that because it was, you know, in mint condition when I got it. So that can go back in its case for now. And let's get on with peeling the original label off. Now, I imagine a lot of collectors would probably be very upset with me for doing this, but it's Pacman. There were millions of copies sold. And there we go. Top one's fine. Now, because that's still sticky, we might actually try to reuse that adhesive. Alright, so hopefully the cutter cut through the top of the sticker fine. Oh yeah, that's like a dream. Oh, let's take a bit of care to line it up nicely. Whoa. Well, we don't want that. There we go. Looks like I brought one. Hopefully it slips in nice and easily. Alright, but that's okay. Right. Now we'll just crease the corners. Obviously it's not perfect, otherwise that would be right on the spine, so oh well, doesn't matter. And that can slip straight in. There we go. That will look fantastic on the shelf. All right. Well, that's it for today. Thanks for joining me. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.